Welcome to our live stream session today to celebrate the 4th anniversary since the launch of Dr. Anhlan's best-selling book, Living in Grace, Live Your Best Life Now. My name is Mai Nguyen, and I'm a member of the Lyceum Global Team, and it's a pleasure for me to be your facilitator today for today's session. So at this point, I'd like to introduce to you the author of the book, Dr. Anhlan Nguyen, to share with us her journey since the launch. Now, before I have her speak, I want to introduce a little bit about her for those that may not know. Dr. Anhlan Nguyen is an ICF certified transformational coach and founded the organization Lyceum Global with a vision to elevate the consciousness of humankind through life skills and professional development through educational programs. In 2020, Dr. Anhlan wrote the book Living in Grace to share the profound lessons and impact this framework has been in her life. And since then, the book and her teachings and programs and coaching have transformed many, many lives. So please welcome Dr. Anhlan. Hi, Dr. Anhlan, how are you?
Thank you so much. Do you hear me clearly?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Good morning, Mai. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. It is such a tremendous blessing to be here today with all of you to reflect the journey of the past 4 years. Wow, it has been 4 years. I didn't realize that time flies so fast since the day the book was launched in 2020 until today. Words are not enough to really express my profound gratitude for all the learners from the Grace Foundational courses. We have 5 cohorts so far that serve globally, as well as more than 11 Grace online courses in Vietnamese language and hundreds of youth, teenagers who have gone through the Vietnamese Youth Leadership Program in the past 5 years in Vietnam. And most of all the people who show up today with me to showcase the impacts of the Grace mindset. We have built a global community to promote mental wellness with a very simple and yet powerful model we call the lens of grace. I feel so much humble looking back in the past 4 years as we interacted with so many communities around the world, schools, groups, and different age groups in order to spread this great message across the globe. So before doing anything, let us review a video highlighting some of this impact, and then we will have the talk. As we go into 2024, there's a set of own challenges. So each of us need to be resilient and be on top of the game. So GRACE is a very simple acronym of 5 values. The G stands for gratitude. The R stands for respect. The A stands for accountability. C stands for courage. And the E stands for engagement. And the lens of GRACE, it will enable and activate the power from within your heart. And that is where all the difference was made.
Gratitude, respect, accountability, courage, engagement. Who are we? We're Raging Rice. We live by Grace values. With these values in our hearts and our minds sealed on the prize, never will we fall.
I am miracle.
I am unique.
I am awesome.
I am strong.
I am love.
I am awesome. I am strong. I am love.
Taking a class of GRACE is to learn how to ride a bicycle. Reading a book, going to the website is really not enough. So come here, practice together, and leverage the community wisdom. And it's my 3rd or 4th time attending this class. I'm still learning something new every single time.
I just went through, I'm battling a brain tumor right now, and
I've had to use the grace breathing and the concepts, and I knew it, but actually apply it and be intentional with it. Everybody needs it. Look, I'm just going to tell you, everybody just needs it. And because we get so busy in our lives, and like I said in the breakout session, our body takes the toll. I highly encourage you just to take time. It's a gift you're giving yourself.
To end this, I just want to share with you something that one of the learner write. Her name is Yvonne Lau, and she's a professional from San Francisco. She said something like this that really resonated with me. Possessing a grace mindset means having a complete awareness and ownership of your mind, body, and soul, and completely stepping into your power each and every day. By gaining mastery over your thoughts, you allow your spirit to completely live without judgment and fear, and the physical body follows in suit. Living in grace is consciously choosing to love myself every day. And in doing so, I choose to love others without judgment. I no longer need to look to others and external factors for their love or acceptance, because my cup and my heart are already full with true love. These are just like music when in my heart when I read this, and it resonates so well with the spirit of grace.
Oh, what a wonderful recap video of the journey and the impact of grace over several years. Thank you so much for sharing that, Dr. Anhlan. At this moment, we are also very excited because we also have in the studio a few past students from various cohorts of the Grace Foundational course to celebrate with us. So first off, we want to introduce to you Mrs. Lucy Young. She's an NLP coach, a huge advocate for mental health, also a restaurateur, and most importantly, a mother of 3 young boys. So everybody, let's say hello to Lucy. Hi, Lucy, welcome.
Welcome, Lucy. And also I would like to thank you for your passion with the grace practice. Because if you don't know, Lucy Zung was the student of the first class, but actually she helped us to bring in a whole cohort in Canadian learners, mostly Canadian learners. And it was a wonderful experience. So thank you, Lucy.
Yes, for sure.
I have to thank you guys on behalf of all the learners, because you've made a big impact in their lives too. So if anything, you guys deserve all the accolades.
Oh, thank you. So Lucy, I know that when we talk about the GRACE framework, which if you break down to all the elements, which is gratitude, respect, accountability, courage, and engagement, I think we all understand that. But I'm curious, upon reading the book and then going through the course, how has that impacted your life? Were there any surprises that you've discovered on your journey of taking the course?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's like going to the gym. It's a muscle. All these gratitude, respect, accountability, courage, engagement, they're muscles that I don't think we get to practice enough of. And what the Grace program has done is it's created a way for us to fortify our emotional resilience. I find that it needs practice, but it does, show up. It's like a ripple effect. You drop a ripple in the water, and you can see it spread out, right? And I've seen that throughout since I started practicing. It's really built my character, the way I view the world through the lens of grace. And even when I'm going there, like you said, as a business owner and a mom of 3, and trying the challenges of trying to balance my practice of hypnosis and NLP as well, it's a lot. And there was a point where I was going through anxiety. I don't know if anybody gets anxiety, and I found that having the practice of grace really calmed me down.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like having an umbrella during not a rainstorm maybe, but when it starts to rain, you bring out your umbrella and you view the world through gratitude. You view yourself through gratitude. You give respect even when it's not deserved. You give yourself respect, and the accountability part for me as well. Like, that one was huge. Like, I've never thought to be accountable, say to my kids and say I'm sorry, but now with Grace, I've learned to say I'm sorry to them. And when they are telling me, Mom, I don't like the tone you're using with me, instead of snapping at them, I would say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to use that to you. And I caught myself saying, oh my gosh, I just used Grace. And things like that, and I think the impact on them, though little now, will be huge later on in life when they look back and they said, my parents, knew how to take accountability for their mistakes, so I have to take accountability for my mistakes. Because his answer was, you just apologize to me? Okay, I don't have a comeback for that, Mom. It was really to see him feel like he was seen, and it wasn't something that was especially important to me before Grace. So again, it's the character building that Grace brings to the table, and the emotional resilience, I would say, with practice, and that's huge.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. I know, knowing your life and how busy it is, also just to take the time to go through a course, because I think we all want to learn. Like, these ideals sounds great, but exactly like what you mentioned, it's going through each of the values and practicing it makes a huge difference. Thank you so much, Lucy. I know that you were a tremendous student, and I hope that you continue to practice Grace, and with your NLP practice as well, to continue to be the light to those around you. So thank you so much for being here to share.
Sending you so much love, Lucy. Thank you. And now I would like to also introduce with you another learner from the other side of the world, in South Africa. And she has attended our Grace Foundational class with multiple cohorts. And most recently, after graduating from our cohort, she started to utilize the Grace model in some of her work in South Africa. So I'm talking about Kaki. And again, thank you so much. Like, I know that it's a busy day for you, and you still manage time to be here.
Yes, for sure. Welcome, Kaki. How are you?
Thank you very much. I'm well. Thank you. Thank you for having me. And wow, just watching that introduction of your book and the recap, it just gave me goosebumps. How far and you've come and the impact you've made worldwide. Congratulations, Dr. Anhlan. Amazing work. So proud of you.
Well, so thank you for being here. So Kaki, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but we do have questions that we'd like you to answer. Can you share with us how Grace practice has helped you in your daily life and why you chose the Grace model to be the guiding post for what I know is going to be a newly established Christian woman group in South Africa, right?
Yes. So I want to start by saying, it's amazing how our stories change once we've healed. I'm not my story. Trauma didn't make me stronger. In fact, it shattered me into pieces, and it really took supernatural strength and faith to get me to where I am today, to be able to share a story of hope, of faith, and of grace. And our understanding determines how we respond to life. Our attitude shapes our mindset, and ultimately it determines what we achieve. And I've been practicing the values of grace for 7 weeks earlier this year on a refresher course, getting up at 3:00 in the morning, South Africa time, which really changed my life. And I realized that pain is not my enemy, but a gift that strengthens me. And by living in awareness of the principles of grace, I can overcome any obstacle and fulfill my purpose. And we all need grace values to make a positive impact on the lives around us. Grace is not about what you do, it's also about who you are becoming. When things in life don't make sense, you take that moment and you reflect on the person you're becoming. Remember that God loves you for who you are and not for just what you do. And living in grace means that having faith in your heart, unconditional love, and being aware that you have the power to either spread positive or negative. And by choosing to shine your light, you can impact the lives of those around you in a positive way and share your story of knowledge and empower others with the tools of grace so that you too can live your best life. And this is where the practice of gratitude, respect, accountability, courage, and engagement is helping me in achieving my goals. And living the values of grace is really helping me tremendously in my interactions with my team and my people. And it enables me to be more mindful and show up daily in a positive attitude towards myself, number one, and the people that I connect with and the environment. And living with that sense of purpose and intention is a valuable tool that no one can take away from you. And when you integrate grace values into your daily life, it really becomes like second nature, and it keeps your whole system going. You become a source of courage, of strength, of hope, freedom, your voice, and empowerment for yourself and for those around you. And people see your light and love, and you radiate that from within, and they are drawn towards that. And for me, that is living your best life, what grace means. The mission of my Christian business, the Salt and Pepper Touch, is to empower women in business by building and styling their brands. And we consider everything from design to values on biblical principles. And we build our business on the grace model to help women excel and radiate confidence. And I'm so excited to announce that I'll be launching the first grace course early next year. So I recently hosted a very successful appreciation breakfast for my clients, and it was so well received that I realized that there's a hunger for women in business wanting to feel appreciated, valued, and that tells me that the grace model is something more people that I even dreamed of. The grace model really helps us celebrate victories in our everyday lives. And this helps me reflect on how much I've achieved grace in my daily doings and how many lives I've touched. And I'm currently helping my clients on an individual basis when consulting during the building process for their brands and their business and their personal brands. And this is an absolute game changer. It provides invaluable guidance in helping to guide spiritual and business challenges. And it gives a unique perspective in aids and decision making. And this collaboration with Grace Model strengthened my ability to lead with faith, fostering a strong connection between spiritual life and business pursuits. And I would like to leave this with you as a golden nugget. Now I know there's probably men listening to this as well, but I focus, on my woman on a woman network. So be the woman who smiles in adversity, loves like Jesus no matter what, and lends grace to all around her. My journey of self-connection and healing is a profound one, and it's inspiring to hear from others how sharing my story has positively impacted their personal growth and professional relationships. And I rediscovered my worth through grace. That's me. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Anhlan.
So beautiful. Thank you, Kaki. Yeah. I always have a goosebump whenever I talk and listen to you, because you radiate that light that will help to shine with whoever in the presence with you. And that gift is natural. And so thank you for showing up and bring your light with us.
Thank you.
Okay. And there's so many, like what you just said brought me back so many different memories of, different learners that I had the opportunity to meet with, and reading their stories about how grace transformed their lives. I felt so much humble, because actually I'm not the person who created the acronym GRACE. Actually, I owe it to Ms. Three Fujimoto from Hawaii, which we had the honor to meet earlier this year, when we present a paper about utilize the GRACE model to implement a very successful after-school program delivered at the Multiple Intelligence School. And Miss Tui Fujimoto is the one who created the acronym GRACE. And then I, by chance and by the fate of the universe, I myself had the honor to learn about this concept and be able to utilize that and create a curriculum to link grace with emotional intelligence. And my best highlight of the year 2024 is the conference in Hawaii, the 22nd annual international conference in Hawaii on education, where I first met the actually three ladies from Vietnam who have been working with me make into reality and serve hundreds of students in Vietnam. So I want to introduce the next person is Miss Phạm Tú Anh and Dr. Hòa Anh Nguyễn. But probably Tú Anh first, representing the Multiple Intelligence School. It has been a wonderful. I first met Tú Anh while Vietnam was in COVID. And she sent me a wonderful letter how Grace helped her to cope with her father's departure. It really brought me to tears. So welcome to Anne, and thank you so much for being here.
Yes, welcome.
Hello, Dr. Anhlan. Hello, everyone. Yeah, I'm very happy to be here today. Yeah, and now in Vietnam is midnight right now, but I'm really eager to share something because I have a lot of things to share here, to talk about grace. Maybe I need one more day long to talk about grace. Okay, okay, I'd like to introduce a bit about myself first. My name is Phạm Tú Anh. I'm from Vietnam. I'm working as an assistant for the general direction of the school, and yeah, talk a bit about how Grace and how I met Grace, and I was very lucky to know Grace and Dr. Anhlan Nguyễn in 2021 during the COVID-19 pandemic, and I joined the Grace course and began to find a source of light to guide my life journey. Yeah, really. Many events happened that some sad things happened to me, but I just overcame them. Yeah, thanks to the Grace model. So in 2023, I proposed to the MIS leaders about bringing the Grace to the students and work as a project in my school, because I think that the Grace will have a lot in our school, have students and teachers and the other staff a lot. So that's the begin of the journey. Okay, and okay, I'd like to introduce a bit about my school. MIS is the multiple intelligence school, is the name of the school, and is the multi-level educational system, and spanning really 10,000 meter squares with an educational farm covering 6 hectares. MIS offers a comprehensive education program from kindergarten 2 years old children to high school students like 18 years old. In the academic year 2020 and 2025, the school accommodates 1,500 students and employ almost 200 teachers and staff. Okay, that's my school. And in MIS, the Grace just came in the MIS as a project, and we just called it growing in Grace. Yeah, it's implemented in MIS in grade 5 in the first year, the academic year of 2023 and 2024, and with 104 students in grade 5 with 4 classes. And we just do some procedure of we first do the training, 2 weeks training for teachers, and then we just implement the Grace project with students in 4 classes, and the students are divided into groups to encourage participation and team spirit in various competitions between teams in 10 weeks. Okay, that's the first time we have that kind of projects in a long period of time in 10 weeks. And the detail of the projects, we have the presentations, we have the research, and it's quite detailed. And here I have short time to talk about it, so I just in short the things we have done in MIS school. And after the projects, we just have a lot of feedback from the parents, and also Dr. Hoài Anh Nguyễn Lê here. Yes, she's here. She did many interviews of students, teachers, and parents, and now she has a lot of evidence of the good things from after the projects, and we are so proud of that, because it's just out of my belief that we can do that in the school the first time. The students and the teachers, the first time they have that kind of projects in our school. And yes, the result of the project is the reference for the research of developing emotional intelligence for students through the Grace model after school program in school. Yeah, by Dr. Anhlan Nguyễn, Dr. Hoài Anh, Dr. Dũng Ngô, Miss Hoàng Quế Nga, and me, Tú Anh. And we have joined attend in the conference in Hawaii in the early of this year, the January of 2024, and it's the really great time for us to. The first we have the presentations and the after that we have the meeting of great people. Yeah, we come from Vietnam and Dr. Anhlan is from America, so we just meet together in Hawaii. That's amazing time for us. But at that time, we have two presentations.
Because yeah,
the first here the picture, the first section is a poster, right? And at that time, we have attracted many educators from many countries all around the world. Yeah, we are so proud to present Grace to many educators around the world. And then we have the sections of workshop. Yes, that the really deep time to share and to live in the Grace environments. So it's the first time for me also have the presentations in front of many educators like that. But I feel a bit self-confidence because we have done this in rarity, and we have the results of very beautiful results from MIS school, yes, to show to the world about the Grace impact in the students in the school. And I know that the Dr. Anhlan, and she always have the passions in how to help the teachers to growing Grace in their mind, because she know that the teachers is just the people who have working with the students, and they have built the future of the like a beautiful future for every students, every people in the world. And with that, I am really appreciate that. And
thank you Tuan. Yeah, I know that you have so many things to share, but we are limited in the
yes,
time.
it's not enough time for me.
I know, but I really would love to introduce Dr. Hoyan, because she has played an instrumental role in helping me. Because as I said, I need to clone myself like 5 times. How can I clone myself? So Hoyan was one of the wonderful learner who became with her expertise. So she became the trainer for Lyceum in Vietnam and has done an excellent job. So I would like, we only have a few minutes left, so I would like to ask Hoyan to share some of the, just the highlight, like you have recruit a lot of your students to the GRACE program. So please share with us
Hi.
to spread GRACE further.
Okay. This is my pleasure. So, good, yeah, good morning from Hanoi. Yeah, can you hear me clearly?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. So happy to see you all here. So I think I would like to share as a channel that I can have an occasion to directly participate in the teaching assistant with Miss Anhlan, and also conducted with the channel training for the teachers and students at MIS. So I have observed the incredible changes and impact of Grace had brought for the students. So, firstly, as Tuan mentioned, through the project of MIS, especially with the research that I conduct with the students, with the teachers and parents, so we can show that the remarkable improvement in the emotional intelligence of the fifth grade student. And by practicing the grades, students have a more learning and they have a transform. So they have developed with the greater self-awareness and become more responsible for themselves and those around them. So they have shown more care for the teacher, for the parents, and the friends. So and from the trending in the emotional intelligence, so we can share that show that the academic performance of the student improve very good result after the practice of grace. And furthermore, I would like to share that I I introduce a lot of my students to join with grace courses, such as I think that Miss Anhlan always remember our team, 60 teams, that they have worked together in the COVID-19 pandemic. And from when with all the students around Vietnam, we just connect in online, but we can connect with each other like we can see as the second family. And Miss Anhlan, you can. I'm very happy because just last week when we met each other with a city team, and they when I share the story about Hawaii and with Miss Anhlan, and they said that with grace is the best and valuable courses that they can have because they train their life a lot. Yes, I'm so happy to hear that, you know. Yeah. So, and especially you can see that with the student from my club, it's a new club that's stronger, that who women student who experience with the dating violence. So when I introduced them to join with Grace and they completed the courses and they shared with me that they have the trend and recover from the death, from the violence, because they can love themselves, respect themselves, and especially they would like to build more strong and the healthy relationship with grace. Yeah. So I
Awesome.
think yes, with our students, they always have a lot of changes in their self in themselves, especially that they can have more positive attitude and they change their mindset when they practice grace.
Awesome.
So yeah, so I think that with me as a trainer, and especially I would like also to share with you about VYS when I have a role of the mentor, and I think that VYS with the student they train themselves, and especially they grow a lot when they become a regeneration of the leader. And especially when I see that after these courses, they come back to be the leader, to organize other requirements for other generation of students in Hanoi, in Vietnam, in around Vietnam. So I'm deeply happy when I can see a lot of growth of students when they practice grace. So I
So
think that all, yeah.
yeah, I just want the VYRS to stand for Vietnamese Youth Leadership Summit. And it
Yeah.
has been like Hoài Anh has been with me all the time. I mean, for all the 5 camps since the 2000. And we
Yeah.
trained 300 teenagers aged from 14 to 18 to transform their lives.
Yeah.
And
So
thank you, Hoài Anh, Tu Anh, and all
you.
the Vietnam instructors, has been helping me so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. It's so wonderful to hear the grace message has spread all across the globe from US, Canada, South Africa, Vietnam, and everywhere. Thank you so much. Okay, so before we wrap up, I just want to say thank you, everybody, for being here. And I'd like to invite Dr. Anhlan back to maybe if you have any last words that you can share with everybody before we say goodbye.
Sure. Actually, we have another guest, but he couldn't make it. But I want to acknowledge Dr. Narendras Taguna from Nepal. He and his wife, Joshna, both of them working on the psychology area, and they actually, Dr. Narendra Taguna already translated my book into Nepali. And together we work with Dr. Shukla to create a 10-hour training module for suicide prevention using the GRACE model. So that project is going on. And from that project, we launch another project. It's a multinational because it will include US, Canada, Vietnam, Nepal, and India to do the GRACE assessment, which is a formal assessment to really determine your well-being using the GRACE practice. And I'm so excited for all the upcoming projects that are coming. But today is a special day that I am very honored to have all of these guests here. And I just want to one more thank you. And thank you, Mingwin. Mingwin is also my partner who has been with me since day one when we started Lyceum Global. And she's also instrumental bringing us to Canada with the first online project to serve the youth. It has been such a wonderful journey for me, and I'm not doing it myself alone. I cannot accomplish all of this without the support and the response. And I also very honored to have Dr. Powell, Veronica Powell, who are at the attending the live. She's also one of the coaches that I partner with. Renee Skelton, Dr. Renee Skelton, and Miss Jenny Wong. There's so many to name, and without you, we won't be able to arrive to where we are today. So I'm so excited for the future, and we are working for so many exciting programs, the research program, and also we plan to partner with Baylor College of Medicine to do a research project right here in Houston, Texas, with the potential to expand it to relate between mental well-being and the practice of grace. So again, thank you so much. And as a gift, a token of appreciation, for those of you who watched the video live until now, you can download a free book. This is the free ebook. And anywhere in the world, you can go to Amazon.com and search for my book, Living in Grace by Dr. Anhlan Nguyen, or you just use this QR code and you can get the book for today and tomorrow with $0, which means it's a free gift. It's a token of appreciation from me and the Lyceum team to all of you.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Anhlan. And once again, thank you to all of our coaches, our guest speakers, our students that are here. And thank you to everyone that have joined our live and have came along to the journey, whether you picked up a book and read it or joined a course or share the message with others. There's a lot of work actually for us to be done out there in the world. And, you know, we truly appreciate and we look forward to continue the journey with everyone. Have a great day. Bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.